Okay, let's try this one. Hello, test. Test, test, test. Mary had a little lamb. This sounds much better. Okay, hello to any VOD viewers, people who join and listen to the start. I need to stop listening to myself and put myself back into the microphone. One sec. Bum 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 bum. And that's usually where my videos would end. Okay, so what is happening now? That is a good question. The first thing I think I'm doing now is trying to find background music so I don't go crazy listening to myself. Apparently they didn't fix Navy at all. Lol. Well, that's a great start, considering I've only just started. That's exactly the thing I was hoping to see. What do we go for like very chill background noise, which is not gonna get me copyright? You know, I've tried everything. I've tried copyright-free music, gets copyrighted. I've tried classical music, copyrighted. How to get peace? Maybe some of this? I guess it's better than nothing. So, the hope then is I'm gonna quickly head over into the log. I haven't played HOI4 in a week, so I have no idea what, how do you say in English? What the hip hop is. Boop, 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 boop. Wow. Balance. Oh, sorry. Hello everyone. I am Batya. This sounds very dramatic. It feels like I'm at the graveyard, like, I don't know, HOI4's about to die. I'm not sure if this is the right vibe at all. Oh god, I feel terrible now. Wait. I don't think I can do this with her doing that in the background. What about this? There was some weird mention of a fixed hidden portrait for Mao in the devlog. You know what they mean with that? It's possible that they're talking about the portrait that turned Mao into his like older version of Mao, where he had the famous haircut, and it's the image they use on front of the Forbidden Palace. It could be that one. That's always a portrait that I think was sort of an event that triggered sometime in what, the 1950s? So nobody would ever play long enough to actually see the hidden event. I think that was a thing. But if there's something else I don't know about, then I don't know, we can take a look. Okay, let's try again. Hello everyone, I am Batya, a game designer that recently joined the ranks to bolster the team working on HOI4. For this, I was working on Paradox projects. Blah 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 blah. You need to get to Musketeer version 1.17.4.0 F1D3 version Phi 52. Okay. Am I on this version? Yes. Yes, I am. Very good. We can get to that later. Oh, help. Okay. Report some bugs, do some shiz, back in a sec. Balance. Okay, the Japanese focus takes shorter. Who cares? I guess people who don't like 70-day focuses will care. The Finnish AI is more likely to pick sub-doctrines that fit and work well for them. Okay, I mean, that's good, I suppose, if you want to ensure that the Soviets aren't going to get as strong, and maybe if you're looking for more of a challenge with the Soviets. Added a new national spirit for the Guangdong and Guangxi cliques to incentivize using the Liang Guang incident. We're going to have to take a look. What on earth is going on with that? Right. How do you switch over to a game? Is this a video game? What is this? This does not look like a video game. This looks like the start of a video game. Let's see if it captures. It looks like we're capturing. We can change the background. How peculiar. What does this do? Is this like an epilepsy mechanic? Okay, now what? Oh god, one. Oh god. It is like an epilepsy mechanic. Wow. You could get the most contrasting, very white into very black backgrounds. And then you could kind of make a surprise flashbang screen. Like this one's quite bright with the ships. And then this one's quite dark, also with the ships. It's like bang, 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 flashbanged. What a interesting addition. I don't even know what to make of that. And I guess it just defaults to the most recent one. Huh. Oh, you can have this as the background. Wow. This is what everybody's joined the live stream for. If I was going through live streams, I'd be like, damn, this is such a classic. I haven't seen this backdrop in this game in so long. Huh. Weird. Sorry, I'm just getting my shiz ready. So I can actually know what I'm doing. Okay, jolly good. Possibly not the most thrilling content. So, I was told, as were we all, that there is new spirits for, what was it, Guangdong and Guangxi? Anytime now. No stress. Okay. Who was it again? He says as he quickly checks who it is. It's the Guangdong and Guangxi. I'm not crazy. Okay. Huh. Is it local unease? It is. It's local unease. So you want to go down and do the Japanese visit and blah, 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 to declare opposition. So you can remove political power gain reduction stability. I mean, I guess that's a debuff, but it's nothing too remarkable. Like, I'm not losing my mind over the fact that I have to deal with 5% political power gain loss and 10% stability. Both the local population and the leadership of this province are uneasy about the low-key approach towards the Japanese showcase by the central government. If nothing is done to press the issue and ease the minds of the people, more problems are sure to arise. If I tag switch to Gua... Oh, that's tag switch to GXC? Okay. Is there like a decision situation that you have to deal with? Not really. There's nothing going on here. Huh. Boring then. Mid. Uninteresting. Not necessarily a cray change. Okay, let's head back over. So, added a national spirit and focus for the Chinese warlord states regarding military looting, slowing down production in exchange for a slight military boost. Okay, I really should hotkey this. I should be able to hotkey, but I don't have a hotkey. Which is commonplace looting. Due to lack of morale and overarching control over all our military forces, looting of local produce is commonplace. We must put an end to this if we wish to create a stable province. Construction speed down sucks. Consumer goods factory factor sucks. Division recovery rate. I mean, this one is worse than the power gain. That much is for certain. Oh, look. Right, so they actually want you to go down here and complete this so you get rid of commonplace looting. So there's an even stronger authority to not skip this branch, which I guess there was before. But at the same time, they still want us to spend 70 days on consolidating our rule. For 0.1 daily political power. That's a pretty rough justification. I don't know. I'll have to tag in what we're doing. What are we doing? There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Done. So, working back, we don't really rate the first one too much, but the commonplace looting is definitely a negative hit. How much building are you actually doing though as a warlord? It's probably on the negligible side. You don't really have any civs, you have no major output, most of your civs are inherited anyway. I guess my question then is, if you do power struggle, does it remove it then? Yeah, it removes both, local unease and commonplace looting. So I still feel like the argument remains, why wouldn't you just focus your time on getting down here and getting to this? Like, why would you want to spend the extra 35 days on doing this when that was time you could have spent going down here to get rid of it anyway by going for this? I suppose if you're stuck in a deadlock waiting on political power for propaganda campaigns and warlord support, you may want to, or you may just not be able to do power struggle, and for that reason you use your excess time to do crackdown on looting. But I don't know. I'll be hard pressed to find situations where you're struggling that much. But maybe, possibly, sometimes, depending on the weather. Okay, what else have we got? The Qing Empire now has access to warlord integration decisions to speed up the reduction of their puppets' autonomy. As seen there. Okay. So, Manchukuo, the Kangde Emperor. Oh. Manchukuo. Decisions. I don't see them, but I'm going to assume this is here. That's the implication, right? You subjugate And then you work your way down. Oh my goodness, look, you can get all the Mars. Mabufang, Mahushang, Mabuking. They really did update some of this. It's quite funny. Although I guess this is on the not the proper Qing army. This is this not shared with oh, I guess it's constitutional monarchy. So it is still Qing. I wonder what the connection is between I would click and find out. Why the Gansu Braves were a combined force of modern soldiers from the Gansu. With the area controlled by the Ma family finally under control, we should establish this army and recruit their generals. Oh, it's just generic acceptance. They simply will just bow for the Qing. Like, no complaints. Yes, we will work for the Qings. Happily. Fair enough. Okay, next change. The Greater Iraq integration decisions now take 14 days instead of 30. Time save, shorter, people like it. The Phalangelist Spanish bonus, Eliminate the Car List, now lasts for 90 days instead of 60. Again, shortened days, speeding up the game, ADHD HOI4, whatever you want to call it. People want a much faster experience. Finland now starts with its 5th submarine, the Sol Corps. I guess we can go look at that. Sure. Sure. I definitely see 5, and there it is. And it needs to be upgraded. So, maybe not the greatest thing? How much is it providing as it is anyway? If you go to here, this is what class? Vesico 7. The upgrade, I mean, it still provides the same amount of naval presence, but then again, I guess you're not using it for naval presence, you're using it to try and sink ships. You're using your coastal defense ships. I do think this is probably the correct way to go about representing naval supremacy, with hardline numbers that are easy to follow, that now explain why you should build big ships over tons of small ones. But my goodness, it seems like the actual implementation of naval combat didn't survive. Naval supremacy got the upgrade, naval combat maybe got shot in the process. Never mind. Oh, what is that? Okay. Mecha EP, Mecha Sleepy. Adjusted the modifiers granted by the Pukj Minister trait. Sure, maybe it was unbalanced. Adjusted the location of some starting resources in Brazil and added a small amount of rubber to Acre. That's nice, sure, don't need to check that. Added one dockyard in Istanbul to represent some naval shipyards. Turkey can into Mediterranean. Turkey moved the Turkish character Kamil Tolon to the political advisor slot. Turkey added two new starting ideas regarding the first 5-year plan and illiteracy. Added two new early game focuses for utilising Summerbank for more industry and tackling illiteracy. Reduced the focus time for ratifying 6 hours to 35 days. Okay, I can take a look at that. People. Turkey, come to Turkey. Oh, that looks new. This is the widespread illiteracy, minus 5% research, which is really the core issue, really. I don't remember this. I remember this, I remember this, and I remember this. I don't remember this. And this is obviously new. Oh, and I guess these are our two focuses on the left and right here. Which removes the illiteracy. And this one gives you 2 civs? Or if it's not there, 1 civ. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Am I supposed to understand that the early game Turkey industry was too weak? More civ greeting. I guess. Japan. Oh, I didn't swap. Damn, I hate this swapping thing. I like it when it's just one and I don't have to swap between. Maybe I should do all of them and then go check. But my god, there's so many. But then again, the checking is just not fun. Or the swapping isn't fun. Japan. The missions for naval demands relating to building more ships now last 545 days instead of 1 year. I mean, that's much longer. Which probably makes sense considering how long it can take to build ships. From that, it's pretty unreasonable. The communist shared Baltic focus revolutionary cabinet is shorter. That's nice. The overall gain in large unit tactics has been nerfed by half. I guess everyone was using large unit. I mean, I was using large unit tactics, to be fair. Latvian Ugonkrust divisions are now militias, and the National Spirit Fash paramilitaries now gives a slight bonus to militia attack and defense. Huh. 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 Where are you? What is it called? The Ugon crusts. The Ugon crusts. Not listed. I see free the Ugon crusts. Wait, why did that not work? Oh, because I did Ugon. Wait, what? In the patch notes, they spelt Ugon with U-G-O-N, yet in the game, they spell it U-G-U-N. So which one is it? Is it Ugon or is it Ugun? Classic. Classic mistake. God, I suddenly lost all yappiness. I started, I was like, I was feeling quite yappy, and now I'm just not yappy at all. I've lost it all. Maybe in those situations, you're supposed to just play CK free. Not CK free, just play a game through and see how it goes. Switch back. Historical Afghanistan can now seek investments from both the Axis and the Allies, provided that they expel the nationals of the faction they sought investments from first. Okay, you can switch sides. Increase energy cap for factories from 6 to 6.6. Also, the focus everyone on warring now unlocks militias. A lot more things to do with militias, which makes sense considering they've added in doctrines specifically to do with militias. Boosted the amount of democratic support gained from national spirit, British influence. Okay, the Rondonia National Spirit Iron Guard now grants 5% recruitable. Okay. Portuguese focused Portuguese Eden grants a one-time research bonus to military police. I'm trying to think, like, what's like a situation where it's very in demand for you to want to make military police? Soviet Union annex, but at that point you're way too far. Like, what is Portugal annexing? Spain? But if you're going for Spain, why wouldn't you just go for the entire Iberia? Take a path that goes for Iberia. I mean, I do still believe that Iberia does need a formable. I see no reason why it wouldn't, compared to some of the other stuff. The Romanian National Spirit, Iron Guard, blah blah blah. Portuguese, blah blah blah. The Soviet Union now starts with minus 50 land mastery gain. This can be removed with lessons of war. Oh right, so you can't stack up tons of mastery with the Soviet Union, so it's just a continuation of their previous nerfs. Or starting nerfs, I guess. And reduce the static AA in England. I'll just quickly check what that is. What is the starting static AA in England? 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay, it's. I think at some point this was like 4, 4, 4. But now it's 1, 1, 2, 1, with 2 being in London. Fair enough. In terms of multiplayer, significantly reduced the amount of commands being sent in multiplayer. This should help people with weak internet connections. Roleplay could be back on the menu for some people. New feature, you can now select backgrounds you want shown in the main menu. Yes, this is good. It's funny. It's funny that you can set the timer to be on a 1 second rotational. I don't know why on earth you'd want to do it, but you can. Greece, the focus and orthodox state can now be taken when going down the absolute royalist path and grants different bonuses. Okay, maybe I need to set up a hotkey. I can't keep doing this alt tab thing. It's gonna make me go crazy. One sec. As Krasnor said, yeah, I said that earlier. That is the what I presumed was the thing they needed fixing. And judging by what you're saying, it is. Let's go page up, page down. Nobody uses page up, page down. Oh, okay, just gone in. Well, don't worry. There's not too much going on. Let's just test. So if we do this, does it swap? It looks like it just made the thing go. And if we do this, are we back? We are. Okay. That's well, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of weird because pressing those buttons also makes the literal page move. But never mind. Okay, so if I go down, I can just go in here and we can take a look at Greece. So an orthodox state. One of the following must be true. George II is the current country leader. So this entire section, which was previously only the Yanis Metaxas path, can give you... What am I looking at here? If you did right to rule, you gain stability, war support, division of defense and attack. Very good. Oh, is that it? It's just the first one. It doesn't get any further than this, I'm afraid. You do orthodox state, and your work here is done. You do not descend any further into the depths. I mean, it's something, right? It's better than nothing. You can't complain about that. Congo, if the Batos Litunga has been approached before the War of the Liberation commences, Yitat Free will now become available as a field marshal. That is the most, like, obtuse background information going. But sure, I mean, to the great Congo players, huge. Unfortunately, I can't stress that I am a Congo player. But yeah, Barotsi Litunga. Real. Added the option in the Afghan historical branch to swap out the Prime Minister for somebody else. Sure. The Greater Mongolia formulation now includes the states of Hebei Chahar, so that's the eastern state, which the Japanese invade first. Added a new focus for Nationalist China in the air branch to open a FAMAF factories, granting military factories and a small bonus to light airframes. So China Air Force, like, microscopically more powerful, but still, why would you do that? Every single mill is a gun. If it's not a gun, like, what is it? Support artillery? Even then? Is it even that? It could be support equipment to, like, give you shovels, to give you entrenchment. But mostly just guns, to be honest. He Yingqin now becomes available as General for Nationalist China after completing the focus of crackdown on corruption. So, +1 general. China can now rename a few Manchurian cities after recapturing them. Okay, flavor. Added a bicycle division name list. Okay, wonderful for all those bicycle division units that we're 100% going to be using. Reforming the Chinese Empire as the Kumul Khanate. Or Ma cliques now provides different flavor versions of the cosmetic tag. Really? Well, that's awkward, considering I was basically already did this as them. So if we go Zibdi Sanma. Let's just go opposition. Okay. What is this place? Annex HSBC? Got it. Got it. Oh my, you can actually... The legacy of the Pingnang Guo, having now achieved what was sought after by our people during the Pantai and Dongnag rebellions, ousting all remnants of the Qing and Kuomintang rule from China, many have come to question the nature by which we rule our land. Should we take up the mantle of doing so and bring forth our new golden era, or take the safer route and follow in the footsteps of Wan Shikai? Oh. The Chinese Sultanate, the Empire of China, so that's just the normal one, or the Great Ma. So from Zaibai Sanma, or from Qinghai Ma to Zaibai Sanma to the Great Ma. Holy. That's a very good change. That's an excellent change. Okay, what about how would we do this? I guess you could do like annex mon cum tag cum focus.no checks. Sure, why not? Sorry if anybody was expecting some serious gameplay. I'm literally just here to investigate the new stuff, and if anybody wants to talk, they're more than welcome. Okay, so this gives you... It removes commonplace looting. Lots of bad stuff, basically. Ding dong, and then... Oh, you still need checks, because you still need to own Beijing. Okay. The Great One. Oh. Really enjoying you just watching you go through this stuff. Oh, thank you. I think this is really boring content. I was going to just go through it, read it, investigate this stuff, and I just went live and thought if anybody else wants to watch me slowly make my way through some patch notes as I try and discover what they've added, which is of any interest, they can. Or if they've got questions, just to see what's going on. But yeah, this is fun. This is quirky. So you'd start here, conquer Xinjiang, conquer Khotan, try and make your way through whatever here you can before they join Chinese United Front. Then probably your best bet is to join China, annex China from the inside, and then unite all the warlords as you hold the ports for them. I think that is your best bet. This guy is so powerful. This is pretty interesting because not a lot of people actually check that stuff. I know I would never have done that, so it's cool to see. You never would have done the restoration of the Chinese Empire to reform the Great Huan. Or the Great Ma. Or the... what was the other one? The Chinese Sultanate. Should we take a look at that? I think it's what? Kahum? Let's take a look at Kahum. What the helly is going on in here? I do not remember this. This is all new. Undermined KMT rule, established the Kashgar clique, gained political advisors, Shizang's coup. What? What's the Basmachi movement? Up until 1934, the Basmachi struggled against the Soviet forces to liberate Central Asia from the tyrannic rule. Wait, it's Central Asia? Wait. I was gonna form... Wait. Whoa. Okay, so you're not communist. You do a coup, and then what happens? Mahmud Muti becomes leader for non-aligned as the Emir of Khotan. Mahmud Muhiti is a field marshal, so we're losing our Mars. Khotan Ma takes the bullet. You become the Emirate of Khotan, so we're still Muslim. And we're now called the Kashgar clique. And we lose widespread unrest. Many Ma generals leave and join the other Mars. Great Ma gets the fall of the Khotan Ma. Remember, they're only called the Great Ma because of us. And now we're... Oh, right, we'll just let it play for a bit. Surely this is a historical game and everything makes sense, right? No stress. Pan Wu. Who's Pan Wu? Who's Pan Wu? Okay, sorry. That's got to be broken. Now, we can't say that it's bugged yet. That's my fault for doing for doing focus to autocomplete. Okay? Nobody get mad yet. Let's just say that was my fault. However, who's Pan Wu? Whomst? Whomst? The Emir was moved to Kumal. He was moved to Kumal? What do you mean he was moved to Kumal? What, he got the taxi? Let's just... I'm just pretending that didn't happen. I just want to see the, what happens. No codes to getting him back to Khotan. If I do that, and I do that... Okay, I'm just gonna let this one play normally. Like a normal focus. You know, la 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 la, I'm playing HOI4, la 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 la. Oh yes, I love this game. I'm going to ensure that my army is located in the right place and split my divisions correctly. And la 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 la. That horse is going to stay there. These are pretty... Oh, it's Mahmud Mahuti. Right? Mahmud Mahuti. But that's Mahmud Mahuti. Okay, so this is our guy. Yes. Yes. I don't even know if this is part of the changelog or if this is a previous change that I didn't see. Like, I know for certain this wasn't here before. But did this just arrive? Is this a shared focus tree? We all gain the Ma Collective. Oh my god, there's a Ma Collective. There's more Ma content in here than there is, like... There's more content for Ma by, like, a century mile than there is for Ireland. Possibly even than there is for countries like the Netherlands. Is it rude for me to say that I feel like just from this and then how you become China, there's possibly more content here than there is in this entire Dutch focus tree? Am I cray cray? Am I cray cray sauce? I'm not sure if I'm cray cray sauce. You think Netherlands has more? Maybe. I mean, what do Netherlands really have? They've got... Okay, they can evacuate. They can go to war with Venezuela. And then they come home. They've got the Zudizi works, which is kind of just a very long focus, then some standard growth, and that's it, nothing interactable. They do have the inundated lines. Okay, that's free. I give you free. Anything in here? I guess secret staff talks is something, but you're really pushing me on that one. 4. This is all normal. This is all standard stuff. This is all standard stuff. Nothing too crazy in here. I don't know. The Unify EU thing is definitely something. That's 5. Oh, you can do that. Unify the Netherlands, right? That's got to be at least 6. Like 6 interesting mechanics that are like unique to the country, as opposed to just generic doing their own things focuses. I guess... Bah. asking for a guarantee is hardly a legendary mechanic. Anyways, where were we? Cooing the nation. Nothing is shared with the Brits and Germans outside secret staff talks, but there would be shared content with the Indies. Would be is like a hypothetical. You know, I would win the lottery if I had a lottery ticket, but I don't have a lottery ticket, thus I haven't won the lottery. Bing! Oh, it's him, Mahmoud. Wow. He's kind of in the shade of his own hat. Very luscious lips. Look at those lips. Those are kissing lips, if I've ever seen some. Very firm hat, good lighting, but he's in the shade, kissy lips. Yeah, I also saw the dev corner. But remember, dev corners are not concrete. Dev corners are subject to change. So, nothing is concrete. There's also Australia. And there is... What else was there? Was it Thailand? I definitely know it was Australia. Was it Thailand? Was that the other one they were talking about? Possibly. So after you do that, you gain additional funds. Implement. It is Siam, yeah. Compulsory jizya. A civ. I mean, hey, no hate on a civ. Rally the faithful. Oh, and you gain Ubla's Khan. Oh, so it's kind of like a one or the other. Great how they took time for someone like Makbut, but not the democratic leader of South Korea, while having Kim Il-sung. Oof. Sucks to be South Korean, I guess. Never mind. So if my understanding is correct, this is kind of like the Kumul Khanate, but if you did it starting on this side, as opposed to starting on Xinjiang, and depending on which side you go, you kind of stop the other one a little bit. How peculiar. And then with this one, you gain claims over Central Asia. So you're supposed to go towards Soviet Union? Is that the implication? Like if I just speed us along here. I do that and I do that. Oh my, yeah, we unite the Turks. Oh Christ. Are these mutually exclusive? They're not, right? Because sometimes what they did with Scandinavia is they made them mutually exclusive. If I go Annex GXC... Is that Annex GXC? Is that what they're called? Oh, that's Khotan. What are they called? GNS? GNM. Damn. That's XSM. What are they called? NGM. Oh. Okay, tell me. It's GSM. And then NXM. Oh, Annex NXM. Okay, so you can unite the HOI and you become Zyba Sanma. Very nice. And then I didn't even look at this focus. What do you get for this? 10% stability, 2% research speed, 5% political power gain, anti-communism, an attack bonus against the Soviet Union. That's pretty good considering what you might want to do. Create a unit in Yarkand, and the United Kingdom and British Raj will be more likely to send us volunteers. Peter Fleming. I refuse to believe that there isn't more content going for for these Muslim warlords in West China than there is the Netherlands. I don't agree. I simply don't agree. There has to be more going on here, because with this tree you also get the China tree. And then you go on to become like a Chinese emperor. This is easily more content than the Netherlands. It's not even close. And we've still got this little branch over here specifically to deal with Xinjiang. Huh. And that lets you become the Xinjiang Ma clique. Although that requires Ma Hushan to be the leader. So you'd have to go Kumul Rebellion Avenged. Okay, sure. And then I do this, and I get the guy. Again, sorry that this isn't necessarily the most gaming content in the world. I'm just kind of... This gives you free units. What the hell? One sec. That's kind of important if you're going to be fighting. What are these free units? What do they look like? That is not terrible. They're kind of more than half supplied. Decent experience. What, 12 width? 12 width horsemen? This is literal cinema. I mean, what more could you possibly need? Go like... Wait for them to attack you. In the meantime, go down here. Get the additional units. Is there any more units you can sneak out? Don't know. But that's the main thing. I guess originally, if you were going down the sideline, you would get these units. And then you'd go down and get these units. And then you'd have clique units. They attack you. You call for aid. That gets you the China units, volunteers. Holy moly, this is like super overpowered. I mean, you have to go for this specifically, but that's just so much backing force. I wonder if Xinjiang also is a bit more powerful. Okay, so you do that, right? And then you decide to become Turkish one day. You know, as you do. And now you're Turkish. And you're okay with that? I guess Mahmut Muhiti goes on like a world stage cray global expedition. Here's Peter Fleming. And now you can get another unit. Well, how good is this unit? It carries on. It's mostly supplied. It's got good experience. It's a bit smaller. It's just a 10 width, but a 10 width is a 10 width. You can't go wrong with a 10 width. That's 7 units in total. Trying to think, like, then you get what, 1 or 2 volunteers from China? Sticks you to 8 or 9? Okay, there's more Mongol content than actual post-war content. Absolute cinema. I mean, sometimes maybe it do be like that. Maybe a little bit. Huh. So you go from like, I don't know, from Khotan Ma to like either this revenge or just become Xinjiang Ma into undermining KMT rule into whatever we were before that emirate. Then you can become Zaibai Sanma, even though you're not a Ma. I guess you're Ma Akhmut. It starts with Ma. So that's like the fourth. It's like EU4. I don't know if people play EU4, but there's like tag switch shenanigans where you like tag switch from one country to the next country to the next country, and you just make your way going through different countries. I wonder if this system allows you to have the most tag changes, because then we've gone Turkic Khanate, and then in theory you're not done, because after that you could proclaim rival government. Boop, beep, boop, 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 beep. Become Chinese. Boop, beep, boop, beep. And then we become the Sultanate of China, the Chinese Sultanate. Blue China. Nice blue Chinese Sultanate. I can't tell what that... I'm leaning in. What is that? Is that like a dragon? I literally can't tell what that is. I think it's a dragon. And now we're Chinese. And you work towards becoming the Son of Heaven. Or Celestial Emperor in this case. Well, I think that's great. Any complaints? I don't have any complaints. Huh. Okay. Well, that was a weird diversion into whatever that was. Anyway. What? I did an additional focus to Xinjiang's unique sub-branch. Oh, I literally just left there. I'll look at it later. Added an internal politics sub-branch to Khotan. Okay, we looked at that. Added 2 additional focuses to Qinghai's Ma's unique sub-branch. Okay, so we'll go check Qinghai Ma. Added a focus for the Qinghai Ma to rebuild the Ninghai army. I hope you all speak Chinese and you're following all this. I did an event for imprisoning Zhang Zhuliang as nationalist China. I did a unique focus tree sub-branch for the Yunnan clique. Okay, so Yunnan clique has got their own branch. Okay, I guess we go check now. Let's head back in. Here's Yunnan. Make sure you click the right country when you start the game. So, playing as Yunnan, looking pretty similar on the left. This looks the same. We still have the crackdown, and now they've got like a unique branch on the right. Rally around Longyun. Political power stability. I mean, I guess it's fine, right? 4 building slots, 2 infrastructure. Which doesn't really help considering they've taken away your construction speed and consumer goods factory factor. So what are you actually going to do with it? Not too much, methinks. Enables mountain warfare training. Infantry gain bonuses in mountains for defense and movement. Marines, mountaineers gain bonuses in mountains. Okay, so you should probably build mountains. And enables mountain guns for artillery mountains. Okay, so build mountaineers. Basically, that's what I read. Build mountaineers. Modified democratic fortress by even more stuff, removing some of that debuff. Construction speed comes back. Fine. Oh, you get 2 civs. Some coal. Some aluminium. What are you going to do with that? Planes? Just asking, what do you think about the potential for Dutch East Indies? There is a user who is essentially starry-eyed on the historical prospects. Who's the user? I don't know any user. But what do I think about Dutch East Indies? Oh, sorry. I don't know why I got so tired. Oh, in the forums. I think they're going to encounter the same problem that you encounter with the Philippines, in that where is going to be your small-scaled wars that you can enjoy in certain other parts of the game to qualify a positive experience for Dutch East Indies that doesn't feel too ridiculous. Like, Mexico was fun because to below you was lots of small stuff to conquer, so you could grow big enough to take down the United States. That was just an ever-present challenge, and it was right there on your doorstep. In Europe, the battlefield, the conflict, is so obvious because all the nations border each other on such recognizable front lines. You know exactly who your enemies are and how to get around them. Even, Middle East, same principle. Borders, strong, easy, recognizable borders, seas to play with, job done. China goes without saying. Then we've got Dutch East Indies. It's like all 3 of these have the same issue. Even Australia to some degree. Your overlord countries are literally nowhere near you, right? Opposite sides of the world. And then who are you going to conquer? Like, are you going to conquer British Malaya? If you are you going to be stuck in a forever war with Britain? And if you're not, how are you going to make the conflict fun? Right? Because the 2 ways they usually go about doing it are either forever war, which is not fun at all, or highly stunted war, where it's like either you're at conflict for like 3 months, and if after 3 months something hasn't happened, you gain the territory or something. And that's probably the best solution you can come up with for this. It's not perfect, but it's better than most things. But even still, you're probably going to struggle to find really enjoyable places to go. And I'm not sure how to get around that. Because again, you're an island nation with not too much else going on around you. That I'm like, well, where do you go from here? Maybe there's like a universe where you justify going after the British Raj and conquering them, but I don't know. Okay, either the rebellion would reduce you and you'll spend the rest of the game getting it back, or lots of playing tall paths. Yeah, lots of playing tall paths is usually how they go with it. You kind of are stuck here because again, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? If you go after Australia, it's the Allies, British Malaya, the Allies, Commonwealth, the Philippines. This is all owned by the Allies. It's basically Siam, if you get there early enough. You'd have to be really imaginative with it. Like, here's one for you. Come to Sultanate of Muscat and Oman and try and conquer the Arabian Peninsula. That's the kind of madness you'd have to invent to maintain a somewhat contained avenue of exploration that isn't just build tall, join World War II. My comments in the forums. None comments. As in me comment in the forums. I barely comment in the forums. I usually just reserve it for videos if I've got something I really want to talk about. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at. Right, Yunnan, where were we? 2 civs. Honestly, compared to some of the other stuff you can get, that is not terrible. What does Guangxi Clique get these days? War support, oof. Political power, oof. 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 2 units is good. Okay, so this is really mid. The Mars are good because you get to unite them. But I'll take 2 civs. You can modify the Democratic Fortress. 8% research speed is a lot. That is a cray-cray amount of research speed. The Democratic Fortress... construction speed again? So that basically means this is completely getting bypassed by going down this focus tree path. Division defense on core territory plus 15%, in addition to the fact that all your infantry has plus 5% defense, and basically your entire country is hills and mountains. I mean, that's a mountain, that's a hill, that's a mountain, that's a mountain. So here, 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 and here, you're basically not going to get capitulated, even if they take your capital, because it's just so much defense. Strengthen the Burmic ties. Gain a take-claimed state against British Burma and unlock decisions to integrate claimed states that we control. So this is what I saw when people were complaining about the fact that Paradox haven't added limited wars. So you can play as Yunnan, build up Yunnan, and then you want to go after Burma, so you could make like a Yunnan-Burma united kingdom. But I guess there's nowhere to peace out. Our local population holds many ties to both China as well as Burma. Truth? Trow? What the hell is this word? Truth? Wah wah. Unplayable. Unplayable. Terrible game. Terrible game. Through our low Burmese speaking population. As the son of a great Tutsi, Longyun must bring democracy to the south as well as to free them. Wait, sorry. As the son of a great Tutsi, Longyun must bring democracy to the south as well, to free them from the shackles of colonialism. I'm just wondering, is this... I guess it must be right. I mean, I'm saying it must be when there's a spelling mistake right there, but is this grammatically correct? I thought the implication was whenever there's something in commas like this, if you remove the middle section, does the sentence still read? Is a good way to check. As the son of a great Tutsi, to free them from the shackles of colonialism. I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm having a stroke. Live. As the son of a great Tutsi, Longyun must bring democracy to the south as well, to free them from the shackles of colonialism. I don't know, I don't like that sentence. I don't know how else to explain it. It doesn't read right in my head. The last comma should have been deleted. As the son of a great Tutsi, Longyun must bring democracy to the south as well to free them from the shackles. Yeah, I think you're right. The last comma should have been deleted, right? I think you're right. The last comma's wrong. That's why I'm having a stroke reading this. The second comma doesn't need to be there. And it's like, it's causing my reading comprehension to collapse because I'm trying to understand it. Oof, okay. You know what? Let's just pretend we never read that. Let's just pretend I'm illiterate and that never happened, because that wasn't healthy. Are they all like this? There's no shot, right? The people's tutelage has been postponed to the north, But if we wish for Dr. Sun's dream to ever come true, we must continue it, even if just here in our own province. I think this is correct, but I don't like the wording at the end. Even if just here. Wouldn't it be even if it is just here? Like, even if it is just here. Not even if just here. Are we missing 2 words? Or am I overthinking it? But if we wish for Dr. Sun's dream to ever come true, we must continue it, even if just here in our own province. Even if it is just here in our own... Okay, maybe I'm overthinking it. Sorry. It's fun. It could be extremely fun if there was an option to peace out Britain once you take Burma. If they added that in, I think I'd play it. Work my way through, conquer all of this, and form a wholesome kingdom. Dr. Sun, the D needs to be capitalized. You think because it's a title, you think it's like Dr. Sun is the title as opposed to the like a declaration of doctorhood. You think his name is Dr. Sun, in which case it needs to be capital D. Oh no, are we just gonna go through the focus tree and just hate on all the localization? It's like, guys, we've got one hell of a bug report for you. You're not going to be ready for this one. Dr. Sons, the D needs to be... Yeah. In order to truly keep our democracy thriving, we must ensure we don't rely on the aid of the northern ideologues too heavily. Yes, like a title because of reverence. Yeah. We must ensure we don't rely on the aid of our northern ideologues too heavily and can sustain ourselves in the coming years. Nice. In order to better run our state, we must make sure our political processes are as free from bottlenecks and corruption as possible, and that our economy can benefit from our bureaucrats, and not vice versa. That's good. Yunnan is a land of mountains, and our people have long since learnt from and adapted to... Yunnan is a land of mountains, and our people have long since learnt from and adapted to living and fighting in such a harsh region. It will surely prove useful to us when the time is right. Going on the 1.17.4's Frederick. Are you reporting all of this? Are you just doing the spelling bee Andy Fred? This is not a good use of our time. Why have I got more viewers now when I'm criticizing localization than when I was actually looking at the interesting stuff? People need to refocus. Long Yun. I love Long Yun. Long Yun is my favorite Yun. Okay, let's return to some of this. So there's a new Yunnan path. It looks like it's almost very fun. It gives you civs, it gives you growth, construction speed, it gives you a war goal, which is literally the thing we were just talking about for Indonesia, that there needs to be a way for you to have a really interesting war goal to expand somewhere without it necessarily always devolving into a world conflict. I am on the team limited war advocate. I think that if world tension isn't too high, basically any war between any minor powers should be solvable without a world war. I mean, Germany was just on the new... Anyway, sorry, I can't even get down into that rant right now. Monarchist Portugal can now inherit a few Brazilian characters when reuniting the kingdom. That's wholesome. Added the ability for a player puppet Mengukuo to ask Japan, through a decision, to launch the Xi'an campaign. Just, okay, so if you're playing Mengukuo for some reason, then you can try and get more content. Hello, knight. Hello. Manchukuo can now request the annexation of other Japanese puppets in China through decisions when going to the Chinese leadership path in the obedience branch. Okay, I get that. So if you're playing as Manchukuo, there are more ways to deal with those pesky puppets. Added the ability for Brazil to establish and develop Rondonia. What's Rondonia? Any knowers of Rondonia? Oh good lord, where do we even begin to look for this? You want to say it's Africa? What? No shot. According to Google, it's like here. Or something. It's like this state. Unlocks decision, the federal territory of Rondonia. Well, there we are. There it is. Focus.autocomplete. Focus.ignore requirements. Ding. Dong. Okay. What? Candido Rondon needs a skill level more than 4. So if this is wild flavoring. Okay, so we need to get, I assume he's a general. Rondon. Right, so he's already level 3. So if we can level this guy to become level 4, if I get this correct, 1, you get 10% war support, but also you can change the name of this state to Rondonia and it gets 3 building slots. Which, considering it has nothing going on, that's pretty good. That is a pretty good development, all in all. It is a neglected state, so local construction speed probably not the best. This is top tier laugh. What? Are you not enjoying this? Okay, what's the bet that you're gonna see? No. What's the bet on the timeline of YouTube short? Okay, who's gonna be the YouTuber? And is their video gonna be, did you know that in Brazil, there's this super crazy Easter egg interaction? If you're playing as the blah blah blah, you can take the decision blah blah blah. And by leveling this general blah blah blah, you can take the decision to make this state kind of good. Who's it going to be? And how long is it going to take them to make the video? That's, I don't really watch HOI4. So you're going to have to figure out who's going to make the video. All I know is somebody's making a YouTube short. Somebody out there is making the YouTube short of the Rondonian 5 months. Bubble Zest 5 months. I see. The true Easter egg would have been making it so it has a secret foreign claim, and then you can release yourself as Rondonian with this guy as like the president. Now that would have been top tier Easter egg meme material if you really wanted to go down the crazy avenue. But I guess we can cheat the system and see what it looks like. So if we establish the treaty, boop. Give it, okay, it becomes called Rondonia, and there we are, 3 building slots. Wow. Incredible. incredible video game, and people said that the South America DLC was bad. I mean, how can you tell me it's bad now? Now, has there ever been a decision for any other country that lets you establish or rename a whole state? In the Soviet Union, if Ford, when they did the Fordlandia thing, right? I specifically said I wanted there to be an Easter egg path where the Ford Corporation, a bit like what they did with I don't know, I guess like East India Company, the Ford Corporation kind of comes and takes over the state as a semi-puppet of the United States, which is kind of what you might imagine America would be doing with oil in a different country in a different time period. And I thought that would be like, if you wanted your crazy alt history, then it would be releasing Fordlandia owned by the Ford Corporation as like the country leader. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself into my crazy alt history Easter egg secret paths. But I'm not that crazy because in this game you can play as a polar bear. You know, at least mine is grounded in feasible reality as opposed to completely nonsensical reality or non-reality. No, it should have been a secret Fash America. Maybe. Also, I'm almost certain there are other decisions to rename states. I mean, in this patch log, there specifically is more decisions to rename states. I think Persia has some too. Anyway, let's oh god, my chat just went wild. How do we go back? Okay, this is me googling where the heli is Rondonia. Added a new focus to the Brazilian industrial branch to found the Companhia Vale do Rio Doce. Oh, I don't know why I'm saying it in Italian. Increasing steel and aluminium. Okay, it's just more steel and aluminium. That's fine. Added the ability for a westernizing Iranian state to secularize and made the choice between the different democratic leaders more interesting. Okay, let's go over to look at the Graveyard of Empires. Ooh. Portuguese is the new Italian. That is so true. Hello, Iran. I'm here to look for... Was this here? I feel this used to be like down here or something. I can't remember. Well, it's here now. Demokratia. Doko. Here, I think. This looks bigger. This looks way bigger. Wait, I don't remember it looking this big at all. This is significantly larger, right? So if you continue westernization, it was like that before. This is even this, the Allied, the Bazaar. I just never saw this. I just never looked at this focus before then. I did socialism. I know that. I know I did greatness, and I know I did historical. Are you sure the westernization branch isn't new? Like this side? I remember this. This was definitely here. This was definitely here. I remember nationalised oil fields. I thought the nationalised oil fields was its like its own mini branch. Am I going crazy? Never played the Graveyard. That's valid. I literally can no longer remember. All I know now is Asia content and CK3. I completely just did not get invested in this DLC at all. You can call these states. You see the new focus. What's the new focus called? Because I don't want to alt tab. I'm lazy. Don't make me alt tab, please. Please. Hover over secularize the state. Replace Islamic traditions with a secularized state. Plus 12% research speed. Normal and sane research speed. Also, that's a very good political advisor cost reduction. Like, really good. Stability I don't care about. You can always deal with stability. This is an EU4. Low stability isn't going to cause my nation to explode. Huh. I mean, I don't hate it. I like the coring. It looks like a little fun mini path for you to do. But it's definitely one of those, do it once, help the Allies win World War II and quit. This isn't something you want to spend too much time playing, really. Which is fine, you know, not every path in the game has to be like a 7-hour mega campaign or something. Some of them can just be, stick down the middle and see where you end up. You played it before, it was exactly that. Okay, Chotto Matane. Chotto Matane. Let's refresh my memory for somebody who didn't play a tremendous amount. Okay, so this looks similar. I'm just going to do side by side. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same. Secularized estate is the same. It's all the same. Yeah, so it's just secularized the state that's changed. Damn, I've never played this path before in my life. Although, do you blame me for not playing the democratic path? You know? Nanny leaders. Can I speedrun it? Ding. No, I can't speedrun it. Can I speedrun it? Can I speedrun it? Let's become a... Well, don't worry. There's nothing to see right now. Let's speedrun it. Oh Christ, I don't want to start a civil war. I changed my mind, I was joking. Set ruling party to D. And... How dare you not sit around? No playing. Don't you blame me for not playing Graveyard of Empires. I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt. I lost a lot of interest in this game when Graveyard of Empires came out. I played India. I liked India. And that was it. I didn't like any of these country paths. I didn't like the way they designed it, and I particularly hated how they guaranteed Iraq at the game start. And I hate the way that Iran always gets into these weirdly awkward situations that you can't do anything about. I hated it before. I still hate it now. Afghanistan has zero supply. The only thing that was fun was India, because I think the way the Indian focus tree plays on its historical and branches like around here are fun. I think everything over here is completely mental. I think the East India Trading Company is mental. I think the weird Peacock Prince nonsense is just strange. No hate, it's just strange. But I do like the historical and then like the off-brand historical branches. To this day, I still think they're fun. And yeah, they did. Wasn't it called His Majesty's Loyal Government? The update, which was this shiz here. Keep calm and carry on as the Dominion of India. Anyway, you want me to We've got Mohammed Mossadegh. We've currently got Muhammad Ali Furuhi, which is our current guy. So we've either got this guy or this guy. God, this guy's got a very tall head, doesn't he? Whatever works for him, I suppose. Well, at least that we answered your question. So, Dijobes. All is settled in the world. Iran does love their research speed. I remember doing, what was it? It was something like restore the ancient ways. And then it gave you, oh well, I can't do it now because we've, to reload the focus. It was revive the old ways, more research speed. You know, because remember, reverting to Zoroastrianism was famously a way to massively intellectualize your country. Or something. I guess? Yeah. Islam is when dumb. Zoroastrianism is when smart. Anyway, sure. He used to just give a small political power gain and then the other guy. Okay, so he was just worse. He was just a worse character to pick. But I guess if you wanted the law. Boop. Child sacrifices. It helps. Hey, if you play CK3, you know that sacrificing children in some religions gives you free piety, and it can give you a head artifact. And if you torture them before you die, you could get 5 intrigue and 5 prowess. And, you know, there's a lot to play with here. There's a lot going on. Completing the focus, Unite Kurdistan now grants additional core states. Cool. Bigger Kurdistan. Fascist Turk can now make Nihal Aztiz their country leader after completing Tyrannist ambition. New leader. Added Etibank as a new industrial concern for Turkey. I guess we can see that. Etibank. Factory energy consumption, consumer goods factory factor. I guess once you stopped building civs, you could flip over to Etibank. I guess. I wonder if this is because they didn't have any industrial concerns that dealt with power. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is terrible with the whole... I can't remember which is which when I click the buttons. Don't worry. Again, you haven't missed too much. I literally am just looking at the screen and comparing Etibank with Summerbank, and I was saying, okay, Summerbank, you can give Civ speed, and once you're done building Civs, you can go to Etibank. That's it. That's all you missed. That was the great content shift. Okay, and then there's widespread illiteracy. Yeah, it's flavor, but I also think it's trying to accommodate for the energy update with the whole coal thing. How much coal is here? 2, 8, 3. Not a trillion coal. 2 coal in Greece. 3 coal in Bulgaria. Looked ahead, Vichy France no longer has access to generals who fought with Free France. That seems like a pretty big oversight. I mean, there was a bug in the game, and I don't know if it's still in there, that's like, if Vichy France is your puppet or something, and then Free France gets released, Vichy France just disappears into Free France or something? It just gets eaten by like a background command with zero concern for what's actually happened in the world, which is super weird. So that is maybe something to be concerned about, if that's still in the game. Boop. Updated the Iraqi military brand to be more flavorful, giving them the ability to gain the River Navy bonus. Wow. Not worth checking. The Iraqi focuses demanding Syria now require annexation instead of puppeting. Okay. The updated Kurdistan branch will have more flavorful effects, such as the ability to train militias from the Peshmerga focus, and added the ability to take eastern Syria from a border war. Let's go check. So, let's say today I'm going to be Iraqi. And then I'm going to become Kurdish. Now what? Is it the Syrian border skirmishes? Is it the Unlock Syrian Border Skirmish? I think that's what we're reading, right? Okay. I guess the implication is then you want to be able to take Syria without necessarily going to war with the Allies. Because it's like, what, the only Kurdish core that is owned by the Allies. So if you wanted to take all this territory quickly without necessarily getting into conflict with the Allies, what about Kuwait? How do you deal with Kuwait? Okay, we can develop the port. Sure. But can we get the port? I don't know. Oh well, there we go. So there's a way to take the states without going to war with the Allies. That's nice. You obviously start World War II over it. That's true. That was the main problem with Graveyard, was being surrounded by majors. Any changes to Bhutan? Okay, stop everything. Stop everything. How is Bhutan doing these days? Generic focus tree. No starting divisions. 2 civs and a mill. 3 tungsten. A mill on guns. 4 width division. That's it, I'm afraid. No legendary Royal Nepalese Army. No Gandan Podrang or Dmagdupang Bod, I'm afraid. Nothing. Zilch. He is simply the Dragon King. Never mind. Boop. Dang. Okay, I think we're coming to the end, no? Added a new industrial concern for 2 people, don't care. Added 2 new focuses to the industrial branch for creating cotton and cement industries. I'll just quickly check it and see if it's worth talking about. Cement. Cement. Cement? Cement. Cement? Oh, there's cotton and there's cement. 1 sieve and some construction speed. 1 sieve and some consumer goods. It's fine. It's just some more sieves. It's 2 more sieves and some bonuses for 70 days. That's it. I mean, a buff is a buff, right? A buff is a buff. This music is not very wholesome. This music feels very anxious. Trying to meet Graveyard of Empire is not as bad. Little by little. But I don't know. I'm forever going to be bitter so long as Iraq is effectively closed off to any conflict without the allies coming in and stopping you because of the guarantee. I would much prefer a system, which obviously is never going to happen, but if it was like Britain doesn't care who owns Iraq, they only care if they have the resource rights in Iraq to the oil, meaning you can like take Iraq and then an event spawns that's like, you know, hey, you now control this territory, give us the resource rights or we get a war goal against you to take it, you know? And then you'd be like, damn, that's a check. Then you could at least expand into Iraq without having to deal with the nonsense, because you used to be able to expand into Iraq instead of just this like permanent forever guarantee of safety for Iraq that just exists at game start forever and there's nothing you can do about it forever. So it's like minus, effectively Iraq is now like a puppet of Britain in all but name, and I hate it. Anyway, that's just a random side thought that bothers me. I told you, Graveyard of Empires was not something I enjoyed, but not for the reasons I think everybody else didn't enjoy it. Afghanistan. I did Abdul Hadi Dawi as an advisor. Okay. Vichy France now has access to political advisors it should have, and no longer steals generals from Free France. Pretty important. Added 1 new air chief and 2 new high command to Vichy France. Ooh. Added 2 more focuses to Iraq regarding Sunni dominance and the Shia unrest. Added a new focus for Afghanistan in the democratic branch to ally the young Afghans and gain more democratic support and advisors. Added 2 capstone focuses to Iran. What's a capstone focus? What does this mean? Is this like final focus? Like the like pierre de résistance or something? Is this different? Huh? Okay, I guess what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to open up the Iranian focus tree, and I'm going to have to do a side-by-side comparison to find out what that means. What's a capstone focus? One sec. Let me take a look here. Let me take a wee look. Persian Gulf hegemony and Hormuz crisis were always there. Establish northern buffer states and we will survive. Okay, we survived. This was not here before. This is brand new. This is it. You can tell by the amount of time they spent with the localization, how long it took them to make it, and the very well thought out rewards that the focus offers you as a capstone to really prove that it was worth the surviving. I guess. Amazing. What's the other ones? One sec. Nope, that looks fine. That looks fine. This bit looks fine. Yeah, political power is famously useful in the endgame. Is it in modern Iran? It is a modern Iran. This is the other one. Replace modernization initiative with modern Iran. Construction speed 5%, infrastructure, factory output, production efficiency cap. Okay, so here are your two new capstones. We've got we survived for 15 stability and 150 political power gain. And we also have a modern Iran, which upgrades the thing. After all this effort into modernizing, we can finally be said to stand proud and strong among other nations. Nice. I mean, no hate, but this is like a 5-minute job, right? This takes no time at all. I'm not mad. I mean, free content is free content. You don't turn your nose up at a gift horse, but at the same time, it's just funny that they're very very simple in that regard. I swear to God, if Down 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 by the River gets me copyrighted, I'm gonna be so angry. I'm gonna be like, grr, who could have done this? At least Skyrim music, for all its failings, you never get copyright. Do you know what I mean? Nobody comes for you with Skyrim music. If you were to rework one path in the game, what would you pick? As in rework as in something that's already been reworked, or something like I just get free will to make whatever I want? Because I'm biased and I instantly want to say the United Kingdom. And I want to say United Kingdom, 1, because it needs it, and 2, because I feel like it's divided weird. Like, how would I say it? If I was designing the UK, okay, it needs 3 different branches. It needs internal politics UK, external politics Europe, and external politics Empire and the wider world. And I feel it struggles to really encapsulate that with all the branches. Like if you go down, let's say organize the black shirts, you do a little bit internally, and then the remainder of your stuff is reliant on just the king. But then what? Right? Like they don't interact. it doesn't feel like a cohesive thing. None of it feels like it's very cohesive. I don't know. I just don't like it for that. I feel also you could do way more with trying to exert presence. Like, this country literally screams for a global domination path that it just doesn't exist. But then again, you know, it's really old, unlike Germany, which has this madness. I really like the Germany alternative history, because you've got one section for Middle Europe, one section for Poland and Russia, one section for France, and then one section for the wider world, Asia and whatnot. Like, it's so neatly divided up into what you want to focus on in very clear sections that this is kind of my philosophy on focus tree design. As I think I've said 1,000 times, one of my personal favorites in any focus tree is the Albanian occupation subsection, because, like, no matter which path you go down, no matter what you do, you always have foreign affairs, and within foreign affairs you have separate things to work on. Spanish Civil War, expanding in Europe, and Albania. And Albania gets its own subsection, and that's the kind of thing I would do. You know, like a section to deal with maybe Western and Middle and Russia and America and Asia, and then just one big one for the wider empire. And that way you've kind of covered all bases. And then eventually, if you do all the subsections, you'd get world conquest. It's not really politically related, but I wish for more naval related events for the Western powers. It's so for their victories, not as important in World War I, but it's still barely mentioned in the game. Yeah, but that would require having a naval system that works, and that doesn't exist currently. So maybe the priority is not quite there, you know? I'm so mixed on the naval system. I actually like the change. I just don't think it's working exactly as it needs to be, which is kind of disappointing. But I do like it. I really like the naval dominance concept. I think it is good. It doesn't work quite how I think it should. And it especially doesn't work because the AI doesn't know how to specifically space out things. Like, divide up its navy and try and get naval dominance accordingly. And the United States understanding how to, like, secure naval dominance enough around all of these different tiles to secure all of their stuff doesn't happen. So as Japan, island hopping is just waiting in. Navy split between these two, waiting in. Navy between here and here, waiting. Oh, we're in, and then you suddenly conquered Hawaii. It's just done. For the UK rework, I'd want a secret monarch path for Canada. Somebody's been playing Kaiserreich. Somebody's been playing Kaiserreich. Secret path? What would make a good secret path? I mean, there already is the one to get, like, Elizabeth II, right? But what else could you have? Like, what if the entire... You could do, like, a Wilhelm thing, where the entire family dies, and then you get Victoria. I wonder if you could do another thing, where, like, the entire royal family in Britain dies, somehow. So you need to do, either get, like, a very outlier member of the family, or see about getting an even more estranged person. I guess you could do that for an Easter egg. Kaiserreich is the main game. I mean, it is in the main game now. It's right there. Revive the Kaiserreich. Okay, we're kind of on a massive yapathon now. Mecha yapathon. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Go away. The best part of New Navy is 72 division D-days with 1940 invasion tech and marine doctrines. The naval invasions was improved marginally, definitely. It certainly helps to get a more cohesive D-Day experience, I guess. Yeah. I did 2 new decisions for Saudi and Oman relating to modernization initiatives. I did 4 new political advisors for Iraq. I did a new shared national spirit and joint focus tree for the cliques, which we saw and is funny. Italy. If King Vittorio Emanuele dies while being a national spirit, he is replaced by a national spirit version of Umberto II. Repairing ships can draw local supply if not enough is available from their home base. Okay, UI changes. AI changes. Some bug fixes. I don't care to read all these. I think we're done. How long did that take me to get through all of that? What's the time? Can I check the stream? I literally don't know how to know how long I've been live. Like 3 hours or something? Jesus. 2.5 hours? 2 to 3 hours. Something like that. I think I'm too tired to actually play a game of HOI4 now. 2 hours? 2 hours is good enough. Oh, I need to stretch. Oh, well, that was certainly a game. A game of yapping. I checked 1939. China still sucks in that one. Oh. Oh, they still suck. Oh. Wah, wah, wah. Wah. So they added in these 2 focuses. We kind of missed this. Interesting. Okay, so in Qinghai Ma, led by Ma Lin. Wait, I hope I got this right. Did I set screen right? We should be looking at legendary. Yeah, they do have their sub in 1939. I looked at it. You have the military governor, and they added these 2 focuses. So if you go get rid of Malin, you gain sole officers, which improves your army leaders and logistics and gives you 2 generals. Or you maintain the civilian governor and you get supply. Oh, I love supply consumption down. And supply combat penalties on core territory. How good are these generals? Ma Bufang is the left one. Send Ma Lin on Hajj gets you Ma Bufang. Okay, oh, did I not do focus to autocomplete? Classic. Look, I can do it for you. Send Ma Lin on Hajj and you get Ma Bufang. And then we would recruit seller officers. Interesting. Level 2 to level 3 cavalry leader. He's not terrible. He's not terrible at all. You could train this guy up to be a tank, a tank driver, right? Huh. Stick him on some mechanized and motorized. Increased chance of executing blitzes and encirclements. Middle line. But I still think supply is way more important. Like, even trying to... just sort of standing on lines kills you. China only had an armoured car designer for tank designers. Well, we've got the Sino-German tanks, and we've got the Morozov Design Bureau, which you get from the shared tree. Because when you go proclaim rival government, you get the old shared China tree, and in here you've got Chinese panzers. Is it Chinese panzers? Which one is it? Is this one, right? Chinese panzers and Soviet designers? Yeah, it's these two. So you do. If you play as Ma, you've got these. So you can go fast tank. Or heavy tank. I'm telling you, I said earlier, I said verbatim, that the that Muslim China has more content than the Netherlands. I said it. I said it and I meant it. It's 100% the case. There's no doubt about it in my mind that the Netherlands do not have that much content. I legit think that there's more things to do by far playing here. It's literally a more fun experience. Amazing. Because in the Netherlands, what are you doing? You're stacking defense and holding out a front line. What are you doing in here? You're stacking defense and holding front lines. Except here, you've got even more content. So, explain to me how this isn't the better Netherlands. You know? Conquer Tibet and pretend that it's your Dutch East Indies. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better about the situation. Ooh, that's true. Can they restore the Kaiser for Germany? Oof. That's true. That is flavour. You're not wrong there. Do we feel like Khotan marring or Qinghai marring? What was Khotan marring again? Okay, let's see what happens. Absolute last thing I do. Playing Xinjiang lets you play the tiny breakaway. But what we don't need to play the breakaway, because now we can just inherit him through Rally the Faithful. Look, you Black Khans will join us. I don't need him. He's weak and cringe. We will simply convert our country into a different country. It's fine. No problemo. I guess you can build a supply hub there, but will it ever get done? Probably not, but you can at least build the railway to get over there. And that might get done one day. That's fine, that's fine. Construction. Okay. 5% research speed from this guy. Why don't we take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else? Holy, there's widespread unrest. That's not good. Is there any reason to do this, or not to do this, I guess? I guess you should do this before we cast out the Mar, so that we get a Civ. I don't need army XP. I don't need guarantees. You could... Oh, this is so weird. Set rule, create faction. Do we want to be able to create a faction in like this early? Maybe? What's the consequence of doing that? This is so weird. What happens when you bypass what's it called? The Chinese United Front. I was going to go for the extra units down here, but... And then what happens if we do Indian people? Do we get free Indians? Why is there so much content in Khotan Ma, a nation that didn't exist like months ago? Huh. So we save call for aid. I know there's obviously like a desire to do this because then you get the advantage, but I literally see no reason why you wouldn't just want to wait and ask China. There's someone from there in the dev team. Right? Okay, let's get our basic machine tools. Let us probably wait for defense because I'm really doing it for that. Although, will we even get to keep our Ma Hongbings when the time comes? Wow. Peace. Peace in Khotan Ma. It's a very chill stream of watching, you know, some Muslims just vibe out in the West. You can hold a defensive line, you can hold that. Let's get a Civ. Technically, I did this the wrong way around. We should have done the Civ first and then we should have done this. But don't overthink it too much. We're not doing some legendary meta run where I am terrified about maximizing, what do you call it? Productivity and shiz. Hello? Paradox Crash Reporter. An error has occurred and the application quit unexpectedly. A crash report has been generated which would help us to fix the issue. Hello. My game has crashed. I am sad. Sad face emoji. I think it's because I made Khotan Ma even more powerful. Please fix soon. Much love. Send. The game crashed because I didn't play optimally. No! Wait, Paradox Crash Reporter has crashed. Um. Now what? What do I do now? It's crashing. The crash reporter crashed, and Windows sounded my crash. Um. Now what? Do I just end? Do I just end on that? On the fact that it just crashed on me? Like, what am I supposed to do? GG, I guess. I think it's too late now. I'm not going to be playing CK3, but I think Knight Spearhead likes CK3. I have the intention, possibly on not Saturday, but maybe Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, one of those days, of doing a... It's going to be a weird stream, a very weird stream, a weird CK3 stream where I do a breakdown of how broken or like not broken, how to metagame CK3 character designing. It's not going to be the magnum opus, but it's just going to be an exploration, because CK3 is about to completely torpedo all of its current game mechanics, like rip up the entire ground and start again. Can I make it to a Tuesday stream? Okay, I'll make it a Sunday stream then, just for you. Pulling a Stellaris. Something like that. Yeah, it does appear like they're doing something like that. In some regards. How are they doing with Australia, by the way? They're making like a balance of power system? With like an election system? This is going to be massively co-opted by mods, don't we think? Like if you put in this system, it becomes a lot easier for mods to just kind of take advantage of it and make a very easy, I don't know what you want to call it. Like just a simplified version of standardized elections, especially for modern day mods. Looking at Millennium Dawn. But again, maybe it's too simple, you know? Because it only consists of 2 parties. When in reality, you might want to look at the last dev reply. Okay, I'll look. Bear in mind that this is very much a work in progress. You're going to see our design process in its dirtiest, muddiest, earliest forms. This is not final, nor is it marketing material. This will sit between the UAP and Labour branch in the focus tree itself. Okay, it's like the High Council or Imperial Influence. Okay, it's inside the focus tree. Please say this will be a universal democratic country system. This is designed for Australia, but we're making it flexible for other nations and moddable. how do you multi-party systems? Just add more bar graphs. Okay, so you could do like, you know, democratic, conservative, democratic, liberal, sort of like a far right-ish, but still within the margins of democracy party, sort of very socialist party, and then you've got like 4 democratic parties, and then maybe have like an outlier, but mainly 4, and then you can kind of flow between them to represent the spectrum. And then if you really get too far to one end, you can use it to completely flip the country into a fascist country. You know what I mean? That's something I guess you could do. That would be neat for France when it's massive parliament. Yeah. I feel as though you're not entirely confident you build 2 minutes update if you have to think what we think about a single GUI. I get the oh god, Timmy the Jimmy is not in a good mood. Why is Timmy the Jimmy so angry? I feel as if you are not entirely confident in your ability to make this update if you have to ask what we think about a single GUI. I get the role of community feedback, but if you aren't even confident in your vision for the game to go ahead with an election interface without a need to ask, I don't think it's very good news for this DLC. Jesus. Timmy is not happy. Timmy thinks that it's over before it's even begun. I think Timmy bought Bitcoin sometime in late December, and Timmy's Bitcoin has just been plummeting. And he's having a bad time. I hope Timmy gets over it. Hello, Generals. We've seen there's a few questions and confusion regarding the mock-up, so we thought we'd give you some more context by giving you a second mock-up. Since you pointed out misspellings and didn't seem to realise that that's the gold you get from getting insights early on, I fixed them for you. Enjoy. Timmy is jaded. It's true. We still want to keep some questions unanswered, partly since we want the mystery to be kept alive a bit longer, but mostly because things might change. But we realise you do need to see what the inlay window will interact with, which will mainly be the democratic focus path. So in short, focus clusters will be unlocked through X number of election wins. This is represented by the red and blue pips. Players will be able to unlock both UAP and Labour clusters, jumping between them as the government is switched out. The different focus sides will represent the party's politics at their time. So 1 pip unlocks this, 2 here, 3 here, and then the bottom rank is mutually exclusive. So you can kind of do a bit of both, but ultimately you will have to decide. And ironically, this is almost exactly the system I was talking about before with the whole left, liberal, conservative, right. Is that the vibe? It's kind of like the exact thing I literally was speaking about moments ago. I'm telling you. What happened here is they're watching the stream. They went back in time and made this post. I mean, that's the only logical explanation. Traffic light focus trees. What? Okay, interesting. What? Oh, there was nothing. Secrets. Secrets hidden away. Hidden in the shadows. I should probably go to sleep. I'm getting very sleepy. I'm just sort of rambling to myself now. Oh, that's just the UI. Australia? Australia first was coming against Warfash. Not too much in there. Joseph Lyons will finally make an appearance. That's good. Okay, guys. I think I've lost it. As much as I was gonna play a little bit of Khotan Ma, the game crashed, and that is a sign from God that I need to go to sleep. This was a really weird stream of me just basically going through some patch notes and then looking what was new. But you know, my streams are always weird. I have never done a normal stream in my life. I literally don't know how to. Thank you for watching. I hope you saw something new or weird or interesting as we looked through the game. Next time is gonna probably be CK3. It's probably gonna be looking at how they're gonna change the game. For those who don't know, they're talking about getting rid of domain limit from stewardship, as in completely torpedoing stewardship. They're considering completely getting rid of development. They're completely getting rid of buildings as you know them. There's going to be districts. So anything to do with money, stewardship, domain limit, managing realms is just poof. Gone. Finished. So that's probably what's next time, and building a mega character. But until then, I will say thank you very much for watching. If you liked, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, bye.